And Sultan Ibragimov, the heavyweight off first. He hooks off it very effectively. Shots, that's the strategy early. Taking advantage of what they feel are faded reflexes from the Tony fights and the Larry Donald fight when Holyfield couldn't even get around that jab. Comeback, the 4-fight string doesn't tell us a heck of a lot, but Bills are free and clear in terms of injury.
Now, stayed very much on the outside against Shannon Briggs. We already see he's more willing to, but he is going to be less cautious against
forward. Smart aggression. Holyfield has been a born counterpuncher. Amazing performance. There's a looping hook from Holyfield moving to his left, away from that left-handed power.
One of the weapons Jeff Mayweather wanted Ibragimov to get going early is the even in his heyday, and it's true to a great extent. Right. He could be.
Right. You fight quick enough to counter effectively. Holyfield playing it. The best punch of the fight, perhaps, early. It got Sultan Ibragimov's attention. He certainly has respect. So used to calling Holyfield champion.
Yeah, that's true. It's been a while by Holyfield.
Yeah, Ibragimov not using the jab now as much. He looks open to the body a little bit, but Evander keeping his distance now. He's waiting for Holyfield to commit, and now he'll sink some to the kidneys of Holyfield as we close out this first cautious but interesting. Right hand landed, beat, punch and move, but punch more, fight fast. It too well.
Yeah, I would give that round to Holyfield.
I would as well.
Yeah, he landed several dimensions of Ibragimov.
I don't know where that came from.
That's been known to happen, yeah.
Ibragimov obliging to Holyfield. Holyfield has, of course.
This crowd has been quieted a bit. It's offensive than it might have been.
We're there. His left hand is so low. He's waiting, or his right hand. He's waiting on look. Very tactical as Holyfield.
You know, normally Ibragimov very much a combination head, and in the Briggs fight he didn't to let his hands go a little bit more.
Well, they're evenly matched physically here. Advantage for Ibragimov, but Evander's not going to be bullied a rushing power, but he's not going to get muscled around, that's for sure. You really got to straighten that jab. Holyfield time to pace himself and score a couple of times.
One of the things we would be looking for in this fight is whether the hand speed of Ibragimov.
Exactly, Al, as you say it, you know, hey, a guy in his mid-40s fighting in bursts, you know, in spurts for a lot of years now. Saw glimpses of that from Sultan Ibragimov.
Nice.
Good flurries.
Shots Ibragimov. He's committed to going downstairs, sometimes a little too low. Yep, that's exactly it.
Loading with the right hand. And that one-shot puncher, so you got to fire in combination. I was impressed. So if Holyfield does put punches together, it makes him obviously so much more. That left to the body. Holyfield trying to figure out the left-hander here. He's content to stand in front right now. Shot, but nothing was there for Holyfield. Ibragimov, his left, and Holyfield's right.
Yeah, and that's not such a good idea. He's going into the right. Even though Holyfield's got a good hook, he's got to make you stop.
Against the lefty, we always love the hook, don't we, Al? Even as a lead punch.
Absolutely. And if it's still as effective as it used to be.
Yeah, and then made the middle. Easier said than done now.
Yeah,
it's easy for me to say that. Heavyweight champion, Evander Holyfield, former 4-time heavyweight champion.
Feints now, and I think that's a great idea. Against an older fighter, see if it, you know, his instincts are.
Yeah,
good right hooks by...
Yeah, two running with that hook a little bit, so I thought 3 nice punches by Holyfield as well. That jab, or he could hook right hand, but that's what they want. Ronnie Shields, tactical here, but a good round for both. They've had their moments. Holyfield covering up here. Wants to go to war. He did.
Ibragimov.
Yeah, and he should punch on the move here and make Evander. He's flat-footed now in Holyfield's corner, and Holyfield's going after him. Sinks that.
Never at his best when he does that, and he was countered by Ibragimov.
Right, man, that was a fast third round.
It was, yeah.
Left to the clearly winning it, huh, Al?
I thought he won that round. The question will be, how well does Holyfield respond to that?
The corner saying to Evander, you've got to set the pace. That could mean one of two things: fight when you puncher, rather than taking the lead. So what do you do here? How do you accelerate this guy down a little bit? He seems to be moving forward here.
And it's not as if Ibragimov
got hit in the exchange, didn't he?
Making a difference.
Off it a little bit better. Make that jab a real weapon. Give Evander something.
Fight, I'm reminded that you can throw out the first round and a half. in every single fight, and we see evidence of that now. It's the case here tonight.
Seeing decent things out of Holyfield, but he's not walking in punching. Still waiting maybe to counter. Waiting to unload that right and then left hook. There's the right. It's Ibragimov moving the way Jeff Mayweather didn't want him to move. Now he'll
recover from sparring. I used to have 3 sparring partners, work them all in a day. So a concession, obviously. Well, I think he's fighting now, especially fighting the right fight. And Holyfield's being so economical with his punches, he could be giving his rounds.
Graze the champion. So Holyfield, you know, doesn't seem like a faded fighter, but he is fighting in spurts and getting off as Ibragimov lands that jab. If he could straighten that position here as we close out the 4th. Just waiting to land a big exchange maybe.
And you can give rounds away.
Jab, and so is Ibragimov. I think they both got to get on it and stick.
Ibragimov got a late start in boxing, did not start until he was 7 medal. And he's always gone a little bit against the grain. Now
he's moving left. Small ring again as Ibragimov buries a left, touching with the jab. Knocked out. Now he fired one. That was his best. You know, that's the kind of thing. How do you create openings? At this stage, he's the kind of guy. Set traps.
He wants Ibragimov to come to him, and yet there's Ibragimov. Doesn't get off with his punches as well as you would like these full opposition. But
he has been, but Evander allowed to fight at and doesn't come back with anything. There's the jump. Catching no shot. Way in, he gets hit on the way in by a soft shot from Ibragimov, who lets.
He takes more punches than he lands, and that's a problem for him. He's being generous with his punches, and Ibragimov has done more.
And fighting in spurts. And
we've seen in this fight, it pretty much all come from Ibragimov. Nice
good right hand from close distance and stayed there.
And that's why you throw combinations.
Raul Kais Sr., the referee, not many breaks. There's that hand speed from Ibragimov as he creates the kind of distance.
Ibragimov has been able to do more work.
Absolutely, Ibragimov, and you know, not really trying to read his opponent more, but he'll just try to get a little wild and get lucky in a flurry and make it a gunfight.
You know, Holyfield was in Ibragimov's situation, an older Larry Holmes, and nice right on Inciado in it, and people criticized Holyfield. That's the danger for Ibragimov because Holyfield is so old.
I agree. You know, Holyfield's really firing it, and he's trying to counter off it. He's been somewhat. Russian crowd wants the Russian champion to step in, Evander to take a step back, but he hadn't done any of it. So Holyfield, good sense of distance.
Been willing to attack with fierce abandon.
No doubt.
He knows.
He walked right into it and got the worst of that exchange.
Yeah, Holyfield landed.
And speed by the champion. The box controlled from a distance pretty well, but Holyfield simply has to be busier and more good now. Nicely.
It's a right hook from Ibragimov.
But now, Al, both directions.
Important weapon now that his shoulder's repaired. Well, we've seen it maybe twice.
Lead and the left to the face of Holyfield.
Holyfield hitting on the and holding and hitting, but Ibragimov
round for the champion. Fight if it goes the championship 12, and Holyfield has, and it's impossible to argue with that. Controlling distance here, they need Holyfield needing really, I think, Al, to get close.
His problem is when he gets in that punching range, for the most part, brief firefights.
Right.
The reflexes that the younger man has at this juncture.
Stick and move from the champion. Not your quintessential head punch. Holyfield unable to unload. I don't think it's real. I think the champion's too mobile, and he's got the hand speed.
And Ronnie Shields suggested to him he needs to do it, but pressing the attack without throwing.
The stuff's not there. Holyfield drives him back a little bit, makes him restart.
And when he responds, Holyfield can counter one punch, but he never can.
Balance, another left as Ibragimov begins to string effective shots.
This fight goes on. Holyfield looks older. Maybe that could change with one punch, and you never know in the heavyweight division. But right,
lucky because he can't get his hands out of his pocket now. So Evander fighting absolutely in spurts offensive against the Russian here in Moscow.
The fight wears off, but fighting in the same way.
Bouncing on closing ground. He'll flick the jab under, no matter how experienced you are. We've seen very few rights, as you said, Al.
There's Holyfield trying to counter with the left hook, being
kind of extension on the leverage on his shots, and it's playing it safe.
Sultan Ibragimov, a very deceptively difficult as he is. He doesn't seem, the movement doesn't imagine at first, and of course those quick counter punches, the hand speed.
He's just not letting his hands go. Ibragimov made the play there, and the champion, so he'll shoot.
You know, Sultan Ibragimov's worst moment is a pro
hand by Holyfield, a clipping right hand.
It's one of the best.
Now Ibragimov, he thought he saw the opening. He thought to really explode those combinations, Al.
Yeah, for a moment there, he thought one of these rounds, that's going to happen.
Right, once Evander takes a backward step offensively.
Now, I think they thought it would happen by now. We're into the 8th.
Lead left by the champion, and Evander simply right. He's doing a lot of following around the ring rather than trapping.
Not to mention it's only an 18-foot ring.
And not saying that when do you reach a point, Al, when you got to go for it.
Well, performance. It's not great tonight. It's good. It's decent.
8. How's it going on your card?
I've given he probably is generous, but
oh, I wouldn't question. No, I don't question. He's one fewer. And you start to wonder here with 4 rounds to go himself.
I wouldn't think so at this juncture.
So he's got to change go. I mean, we're not talking about he's got quick hands.
It is interesting though. Shannon Briggs, when he was fighting Ibragimov, big shots, and it didn't do anything to Ibragimov, and he had a hard time unloading him. You know, that's part of the problem with the heavyweight division, we might add.
Holyfield trying to walk down the champion, but not coming in.
This fight started out, Ibragimov was more flat-footed with Holyfield. It's possible Holyfield much more tactical.
Yeah, well, and you hit on that. You know, prior one-dimensional. I didn't think he was a great boxer by any
absolutely.
means. But now he looks like
smallish heavyweight who threw a lot of combinations and would be in a lot of excitement. Really.
Look, he hits Evander. Evander just standing there. He had to do anything, and Ibragimov just came back. There's the head warning, the headbutt warning, because we haven't had to talk about the referee much. He's first class. There, triple jab followed by the collective, calculated, smart, elusive aggression from
Shannon Briggs, and you've said something important here. He may have found him and might work against even some of the people that people don't think of.
Having things his way, a boxing exhibition, not terribly effective now as Holyfield has to rethink. He got hit to the body. Yeah, he's hurt. He's not covering up, and Ibragimov's trying to finish. Would this be a trap? I don't think so. I thought Evander got stung.
Puncher Ibragimov, and now Holyfield. This is a different Evander Holyfield, right? Thought it would have been a left hand to the body that would have so altered this fight. And Ibragimov goes right back down there.
Punches you don't see it again. It's not as easy to see well. Ibragimov, very. He knows Holyfield unable to solve him, and he could really.
Ibragimov does awkward things I've never seen a heavyweight do. Now here in this round, after that body attack, do almost what he wants.
Oh, and he just stopped. Holyfield's head snapped back. Ibragimov, as you said, Al, he's seeing he could do what he wants. He may try to king his shots, and Holyfield just following.
This is the point at which it becomes painfully obvious that Evander
right hand did land. So you always, obviously, have to, you know, Al, I think the mental toughness part is you put bad rounds behind excellent rounds. The discouragement could become more apparent. He's just getting pot-shotted with that jab, and Holyfield trying to pull forward more than Sultan Ibragimov. But we're here. This is too different as the challenger is searching in vain. The senior saw that immediately.
Signs.
And going for it at least. Put anything together offensively. He's fought in absolute very little body work from Evander body.
You know, there's a danger for Sultan that he was this smallish heavyweight that threw lots of combinations, had a hell of heavyweights, but he has to be concerned, will this style fight this way and win matches?
That's an intriguing question.
But it's not quite as engaging as the other style we kind of got used to.
Distance he wants, and Holyfield still trying to chase him down, but not.
Ibragimov has thrown those laser combinations. They've been excellent, and he's counter.
Holyfield walking in without firing once again. He just can't find. You see, even if you see the openings again, they close before you get
Holyfield. And you know, as this fight wears down, obviously
Holyfield willing to eat a shot or two to land one or two of his own. Separate one, we should say.
You know, sitting here at ringside, though, Holyfield has landed just a moment's pause.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even though he's not fighting very well.
Oh, hey. And Holyfield, you know, not looking gassed because he's absolutely been neutralized and nullified himself. He has not been Moscow. Miracle. What can he do? And I don't want to undercut the champion at all. It's but as we said, he's fought Taining. But again, we may be looking at the last of them.
It is, and the question is, if he should lose, would Evander Holyfield? Of course, we have these 3 minutes to go before that would happen.
Right hand by Holyfield landed.
Yep.
As we speak.
And that's what shots have gotten in. Now, if the Briggs right hands did knock
big time on that temple, it looks like it's swelling a little bit above the. He's not a single shot artist. He should have enough gas in the final minute and a half of this fight.
I think that's what he's doing.
Yeah. And there, now that clinch, and just leave it here in the ring.
For sure, and Holyfield is like 1 point in the fourth quarter.
There you go. In boxing, it's possible.
Yeah.
For a hot moment. Ibragimov holding on. That was a solid.
They are solid shots.
But again, how much after?
He's probably going to win this round, Holyfield, but it would certainly not be this type of situation in Madison Square Garden to save him.
Don't tell me that. People here want a big finish. Oh, there's the bolo from the champion. It is a good way to finish for him because Holyfield's best offense we saw from.
Still world champion.